Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is a topic request from students who are in either Algebra 2, Goal 2, or this will also be useful for students who are in Algebra 1, Goal 5. I think you guys have this topic as well. All right. What we're going to be doing is solving the word problem with three unknowns using a linear equation. This is the easy version, and then you have a medium version, which is specifically a Goal 2 topic. This one technically is Algebra 2 Goal 1, but you guys do need it in order to unlock other topics for those of you who are in Goal 2. So the first things first, we see Karen, Abdul, and Chris have a total of $72 in their wallet. As I had said when I was making the request, whenever you see a verb, like in this case we have, that's your equal sign. And for the sake of everybody's sanity, we want variable names to make sense. So Karen plus Abdul plus Chris has $72 in their wallet. And what happens is you're going to have one sentence equaling one equation. So we have our next sentence here, which is Abdul has 8 less than Karen. Has, yet again, is going to be your equal sign. So we have Abdul has 8 less than Karen. All right, what's our next one then over here? We have Chris has 3 times Karen. Has is our equal sign. So what do we have? We have Chris has 3 times Karen. Okay. The question now is, we have 3 whole equations here. Well, what the heck does that mean? How do we do this? Well, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using this equation and we're going to do some rewriting. So, for example, if I look for the letter K, is there a K equals here or a K equals here that I'm doing and replacing? No. So I leave that as is. Next up, what about the letter A? Is there an A equals somewhere here that I have can be replaced? Yes. And what am I replacing it with? K minus 8. All right, what's next? We have a C. Is there a C equals here somewhere that we can replace? Yes, it's going to be 3K equals our 72. Okay, so we have our 3 letters, K, A, and C, but they've been written a little bit differently. From here now, we can look. If we have K plus K minus 8 plus 3K equals 72, we have a bunch of like terms here. We have the 3K, we have the K, and we have the K. How many is that? 3, 4, 5. 5K minus 8 equals 72. And from here, this now looks a lot more comfortable because this is just a 2-step equation. So plus 8, 5K equals AT, divide by 5, divide by 5. K equals 16. So when we're looking at this, Karen has our $16. All right. Well, then the next question is, how do we find Abdul and how do we find Chris? Well, shockingly, we actually kind of already know because Abdul is K minus 8. So what is 16 minus 8? That's going to be 8. All right. 3K for Chris. So what is 3 times 16? That is going to be 48. And that is how we're doing this. So I want to get you used to the fact that you're writing out a bunch of equations and then they're kind of plugging them into one equation after the next. So let's go through another one. We have Yoko and Manuel and Charlie have a total of $108 in their wallet. Manuel has 6 less than Yoko. Charlie has 4 times Yoko. Okay, so we're going to have, let's see here, Yoko, we have Manuel and Charlie, and then the 108. So what is Manuel? Y minus 6. What is Charlie? 4y. And now we can plug in 4, 5, 6. 6y minus 6 equals 108. Plus 6 plus 6, 6y equals 114, I think. Divide by 6, divide by 6, catch up mouse, y equals 19. Catch up mouse. All right, so that's Yoko. Yoko-san has 19. Next up, what does Manuel have? Catch up mouse. Manuel is y minus 6. So what is 19 minus 6? That's going to be 13. All right, what about Charlie? Let's see here. Charlie is, catch up mouse, it is going to be 4 times 19. Okay, so what is 4 times 19? 76. And there's your list. Keep in mind, and it's worth saying more than once, pick variable names that make sense, because otherwise you'll end up putting something in the wrong box. One more and then we'll move on to the other type. Sum of 3 numbers. Now this one is a little bit obscure because you don't quite understand 3 numbers, but they kind of give you the hints in the next couple of sentences. You have your first, you have your second, and you have your third, and they all equal 131. First number is, so F equals 6 more than the second. The second, Ms. Dubois, pay attention. From there, the third number is what? 3 times the second. All right, so we have F plus S plus T equals 131. Well, what is our S? Oh, no. What is our, oops. See, Ms. Dubois made a mistake, but we're okay with that. Okay, because here's the thing. This is our F. Is there an F equals to get replaced? Yes, 6 plus S, all right? S, is there an S equal here that gets replaced? No, so we leave that as S. Ms. Dubois thought she knew what she was doing. She didn't pay attention. T, is there a T equals here? Yes, 3S. Now we're ready. We have 3, 4, 5S plus 6 equals 131. Now we're gonna, now we are going to minus 6, 5S equals 125. Catch up, mouse. Divide by 5, divide by 5. S equals 25. Okay, so if our S equals 25, what is our first number? Our first number is going to be 25 plus 6. What is 25 plus 6? It's going to be 31. Okay, what is our third number? Our third number is going to be 3 times 25. And as I tease someone anonymously, I wonder what 3 times 25 is. Do we need to ask Siri? No, we don't. 3 times 25 is 75. And that's going to be our list. And again, because you picked variable names that make sense, you now don't want to accidentally mess up and put the wrong number in for the wrong letter. That's a very common mistake. Now, new verse, almost the same as the first. We're going to start with the same setup. So the sum of 3 numbers. So we have first plus second plus third is 89. So far, so good, so good. So now we go. Third number is 7 more is addition than the first. All right. The second number is, and this is where it gets weird because look, it says 4 times the third. This is where the difference is. Let me see if I can scroll up. Here, your extra equations always had the same variable. It was an s and an s. Here, we have two different variables, an f and a t, and that gives a lot of students pause when they're first trying to figure this out. So let's see here. We have our first plus our second plus our third equals 89. So is there an f? Is there an f equals here for us to replace it? No, so that's going to be an f. Next up, is there an s equals for us to replace it? Yes, it's going to be a 4t, okay? Next, is there a t equals for us to replace it? Yes, f plus 7. So we're looking pretty good because we have an f, and we have an f, and we have not f. Oh no, the horror, what do we do? But now, because we still have these equations over here, that actually is to our benefit. So let me get this set up and then wait for the mouse to catch up. So here's the thing that we got to keep in mind is this is a t. What does t equal? T equals f plus 7. F plus 7. Now we're starting to look a little bit more like the earlier topic. We want to do some distribution first to make sure there aren't any extra parentheses. So f plus 4, f plus 4 times 7 is 28 plus f plus 7 equals 89. All right, so far so good. Now the question is, how many f's do we have? We have 4, 5, 6. 6 f. All right, are there any other like terms? We have a 28 and we have a 7. What do those two add up to? 35 equals 89. Oh, and we made it. We're now back on familiar ground. We know what to do from here. We're going to minus 35 minus 35, 6f equals 54. 54. From there, we're going to divide by 6. Divide by 6. F equals 9. All right, so now we know F equals 9. Do we know what S is? Can we figure that out yet? Well, no, we have a T here. I don't like that, so I can't use that. All right, so what about T? Do we know what T is? Yes, we do. T is going to be F plus 7. So what then is 9 plus 7? 9 plus 7 is 16. And now that we know what this is, 4t is 4 times the 16 we just found. So what is 4 times 16? 40, 80, 84, I think. 16 doubled is, no, that's not right. 16 doubled is 32, 32 doubled is 64. So Ms. Dubois almost knew what she was doing. 64, and then there is your list. So if you'll notice, we have an extra line here. We have one more piece of information that makes this just one line longer. Next up, sum of 3 numbers. So first plus second plus third equals 102. Then what are we told? First number is 6 less than the second. What are we told? Third number is, catch up mouse, 4 times the first. All right, so now we have everything set up. So we have our first plus our second plus our third equals 102. From there, is there an F equals somewhere? Yes, it is going to be S minus 6. All right, so far so good. Is there an S equals? Nope, so that stays where it is. Is there a T? Yes, T is going to be 4F. All right, so S, S, not S. So we got to go through this again. Minus 6 plus S plus 4 something equals 102. The question now is, what is our something? Is there an F? Boy. Is there an F equals somewhere here? Yes, it is. And what does F equal? S minus 6. Okay, we're starting to look pretty good here. Do our distribution again. So we have s minus 6 plus s plus 4s minus 4 times 6 is 24 equals 102. And now we're all set. We can make some like terms. 4, 5, 6, 6s minus 6 and 24 is 30 equals 102. All right, so far so good. So now what we're going to do, we're going to plus 30, 6s equals 132. And now we just got to wait for the mouse to catch up. Okay. Boy, the mouse doesn't want me to hit the letter 2. Okay, then we're going to divide by 6. Then we're going to divide by 6. So what does that mean? Or 6, apparently. So s equals 132 divided by 6, that's 22. All right? So if our final answers, we're going to have an f equals, we're going to have an s equals, and we're going to have a t equals. We only know one of those numbers so far, and we know what number that is. That's the s, which is 22. Okay, next, can I find f? Yes. What is 22 minus 6? 22 minus 6 is 16. All right, so far so good. Do we know t? T is 4 times f. Okay, so that's 4 times 16. And we already figured that out earlier. That is going to be 64. So those are our topics. This is unilaterally useful for students who are in Algebra 2 Goal 2. I think one of these topics, this first one, is in Algebra 1 Goal 5. You guys can let me know down in the comments. As always, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe.